So the appendix is a blind ending tube. So basically it's like a little worm that's attached at the beginning of the large colon. So just imagine your intestine, your food pipe goes to the stomach, and then you got small intestine, a long windy small intestine, and then the large intestine starts on the right side, right at the bottom here, and the appendix is attached to the large intestine here. So the appendix function is mostly to digest certain things like grass and cellulose. That's more important in animals like rabbits and so on, where the appendix is much bigger. In humans, it's just a very small structure. The function, there might be some in the beginning of life where the immune cells are maturing in that. Otherwise, once they are after the first year of life, the function is negligible. So it's just a blind ending tube. The appendix being a little tube with a blind end, and there's a lumen, or like a tunnel really. So what happens is that a small piece of feces gets into the appendix and get lodged there. And as the appendix is like the rest of the intestine where it produces mucus, the inside of the appendix also produces mucus, and the mucus is just then get trapped within the appendix. And because there's also bacteria there, then mucus is good food for the bacteria. The bacteria also gets more and more, and so there's more and more bacteria and more mucus. It gets more and more filled up, and so there's ongoing filling up with pressure and also infection because the bacteria is there. So as they get bigger and bigger, the infection will cause some inflammation to the wall of the appendix, and the inflammation and the pressure will just gradually get bigger and bigger, and more inflammation, more damage to the wall of the appendix, and it bursts. So that's the progression. So when does the feces get lodged in your appendix? It's by chance. Generally, it's more common in older children, very rare in the under 5s, even rarer in under 1s. But I've seen it before under 1 as well. But the majority will be above 5 years of age. Children who are under, they don't localize pain very well. So when you're under 5, the appendix will burst much easier for some reason. But the older children will present in a typical manner where adults present as well. So the non-specific tummy pain, the middle, and then more specific pain in the right side. So under 5s, we have to be more cautious and treat much earlier. The way in which children under 5 present with pain is that they may not point to the pain. They might just be lethargic and not move very much, and they don't want to be cuddled, they don't want to be held. They just grumpy and don't want to eat. So, but then sometimes they draw their legs up. So those are all signs that something is going on in the tummy. It's hard to get information from children under 5, unfortunately, but these are the signs. If the parents are not comfortable that the child is something is going on with the tummy, and also there are some low-grade fever. So the fever initially is not very high until it bursts. So the fever is usually about 37.5 and above until 37.8, and then once it bursts, where there's infection going around the whole body, the fever goes up above 38. So those are early signs, and then later signs. So it's basically, as I mentioned, the cause of appendicitis is a bit of feces that goes into the appendix. So far, we've not really looked at what's in the feces. So the question is whether there is a seed in there. We hardly see anything. So seeds associated with appendicitis is rare. It's not something that we can confirm or say no, because what we need to do is so if you take the appendix out with the feces inside, so the feces is what causes the blockage. The appendix, the seed of guava or seed of the chili is not big enough by itself to cause obstruction to the appendix, because the appendix hole is bigger than the seed of chili or guava. So if you treat the the disease with antibiotics only, you treat the infection. After a while, it just comes back. So with surgery, you remove the appendix. There is no function to the appendix, if you do it early, then it's quick recovery. So within 1 or 2 days, they can go home.